I saw this app.
I got a hit.
In the new limited series, DTF St. Louis, Jason Bateman, David Harbour, and Linda Cardellini star as 3 suburbanites who spice up their love lives.
Wow.
Don't miss the new HBO original limited series, DTF St. Louis, premiering March 1st on HBO Max.
Where's your playlist taking you? Down the highway? To the mountains? Or just into daydream mode while you're stuck in traffic? With over 4,000 hotels worldwide, Best Western is there to help you make the most of your getaway, wherever that is. Because the only thing better than a great playlist is a great trip. Life's the trip. Make the most of it at Best Western. Book direct and save at bestwestern.com.
President's Day savings are happening now at the Home Depot with up to 40% off select appliances. Looking to upgrade your fridge? Check out LG's newest model, serving up ice in all kinds of styles. Cube, crushed, craft ice, and now new mini craft ice straight from the dispenser. From cold brew to fizzy favorites, these refrigerators will have you entertaining like a pro. Shop President's Day savings and get up to 40% off, plus free delivery on select appliances like LG at the Home Depot. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $1,498 or more. Offer valid February 5th through the 25th, U.S. only. See store online for details.
Welcome to the Big Suey, presented by DraftKings,
Why are you listening to this show?
the podcast that seems very similar to the other Dan Le Batard podcast.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to apologize for that.
In fact, the only difference seems to be this imaging.
I have been tempted in restaurants just walking past tables to grab somebody's fries that if they're just there. That hasn't happened to you guys?
I've done it.
And now, here's the marching man to nowhere, Fat Face, and the habitual liar.
This episode of the Dan Le Batard Show is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings! The crown is yours.
Do we have an update in the race to Windy?
We do. Now, I was a little heartbroken because I saw the 3 dots, and then they went away. But the working theory here is that he got these 2 texts, and he was a little suspicious as to what was going on.
Definitely.
Mighty suspicious.
What game are these jokers who I've not heard from? Like, when's the last time you texted him, Mike?
Last time I texted Brian Windhorst was, it's been a while. I want to say around a year ago.
Tony?
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah. All right. So, what are these jokers up to?
All right. So, Windy texted me back 1 minute before he texted Tony back. We have certified.
It was about
the
30
results.
seconds.
We have certified the election results. That's it. Contest's over. He said, I don't know what shenanigans you guys are up to, but I'm up in the air. He is flying right now. But I just confirmed. I thanked him for texting me first, which solidifies our very close bond.
Tony, have you responded to him?
I haven't responded to him yet.
What did he say to you?
He said to me the same thing. What are you guys up to? I'm flying. So, with that being said, I do want to alert the audience that Mike sent the text a couple of seconds prior to me, almost a full minute before. So, in the text feed, it'd show up first.
Yeah.
Mike Ryan.
Your exchange was shorter, though, actually, is what you're saying.
Yeah, well, that's because you had to explain who you were in your text.
Just in case.
Put you at a supreme disadvantage.
I like to provide context to people that I'm texting just in case they have a new number, just in case all these different things
I didn't need to provide context because Wendy and I, thick as thieves.
Okay. I think we need to figure out.
I want to race now, too, with someone. Who can I text?
I think we need to figure out, though, what Tony responds with.
Roy, let's both text Mike Cunio.
You picked that name up.
Did you text somebody that you knew would text
he'll
back
respond
faster?
quick, yeah.
How's this going?
Tony, are you ashamed? Is that why you're
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, because
You got to text back.
I will text back.
Otherwise, it's rude.
I'm going to text him back right now. I'm going to tell him, hey, thank you for texting me back. Love the show. Keep doing a great job. That's it. Something nice, something simple.
You're a loser. Like, so nice. Keep doing a great job. So insincere.
Chris, let's both text Billy. Ooh, let's all text Billy. See who
all right.
Will
Well,
he respond to anyone?
We'll call that race in about a week and a half.
Yep.
Really, Corbin?
So the hockey, the men's semifinals is today in the Olympics, and at 10:40. So I don't know, we're less than an hour away. Are we gonna have that on here, Canada, Finland?
Look, I know it's rude to cut somebody off, but I have a problem with you.
Whoa!
Because we were in the group chat, and you were all excited about our ladies winning the gold, and you're like, hey, we should do something.
I know, I watched it at the dentist yesterday.
Let's all do something about this, and then all right, let's show how patriotic we are, how proud of our ladies, and excited for our men in the semis
Yeah,
we are.
my idea.
Let's all wear USA stuff. So I walk in, I see Ethan wearing the same jersey, with all number 19 Kachuk jerseys down here, South Florida legend.
How do you all get the same Kachuk?
Well, see, we're way more patriotic than you because we actually went to the Four Nations together
And a true
approximately
American.
a year ago, which it was a
Well, that was
complicated
before
time.
I started coming around here.
That was the whole 51st state thing, which is still going a little strong, but you know, it was a tough time for us.
I chanted it.
Yeah, we were, emotions.
Wasn't a great
Hell
moment.
yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Wasn't a great moment for me.
Had a competition. It wasn't. It was regrettable, and I whispered in Chris's ear, "You're probably going to regret that." And then
Some guy from Canada looked back and was like, "Can you guys stop?" I was like, "All right, I will."
Yeah, but all that stuff stopped once we offered them a Zyn. They were like, "What is this?" I'm like, "This is a nicotine olive branch."
3 or 6?
They were head spinning, dude. It was great.
Dave, you know about that Zyn?
I don't know about it, and I don't know about Wayne Gretzky's favorite hockey team, USA, and why that's not discussed more. He's rooting for the U.S. over his native land, right?
I would assume. Not. I mean, it's Canada hockey. It's a different world over there, but he hasn't exactly covered himself in glory, and he had to walk back previous comments. But my main issue
why you mad at me?
my main issue here is Zaz walked in with an NBA Finals 2020, which, by the way, that is a runner-up shirt. Throw that away.
Okay, can I defend myself
do
there for a
not
second
keep
real quick?
Runner-up shirts.
Okay, in theory, I completely agree with you, all right? But number one, it's not like this shirt says Miami Heat 2020 Eastern Conference Champion shirt. I would never wear that,
I
okay?
get it.
This is a Miami Heat 2020 NBA Finals shirt, and the reason that I still wear this is you would never catch me wearing, like, Miami Heat 2014 NBA Finals. No, that was not pleasant losing that one. 2020, I'm very proud of what this team did in the bubble. Very proud.
All right, fair enough. But it is a runner-up shirt.
Okay.
All right. So I had to lend Zaz a hat.
Proud of what happened in the bubble. What in the hell are we talking about?
Yeah, we
We got great memories from that team. It was an amazing run.
We can say there, Dave. Go ahead, tee off.
The title only counts for a half for the team that won it. What does it count for the team that lost in the bubble?
I mean, did you see when Bam Adebayo took Jason Tatum's soul when he blocked that shot in Game 1?
It was the height of basketball.
I mean, yeah, who was even at those games were the idea people pretend that the Lakers title and that the Dodgers title, that these titles count the same as all the others is jiving yourself.
But I had to loan Zaz a hat, a dad cap, which is the only type of hat of mine that would fit around his big head, and it's an Olympic tennis hat. I like that hat. And, why? It was your idea. When you conceptualize, hey, let's be patriots, I understand why that commie Jeremy is interested.
Hey, man, I'm at least wearing a New York shirt. Nothing more American than New York City.
Nothing more commie.
Nothing more commie.
Nothing more commie.
Why aren't you wearing a USA jersey?
Honest to God, I totally forgot.
What about this guy?
Buddy, I bleed red, white, and blue. You can't do that to me.
Wearing a gray
Here's what
Nike
makes
shirt.
it worse. And Dave will appreciate this. Honest to God, I have an authentic, I've had it for 40 years. I have an authentic Team USA 1980 men's Olympic hockey jersey. I have one. And I could have worn it today, but I forgot.
Damn, you're old.
Whose name is on the back? Anybody? If you could get one, who would you get? Does anybody in that room even know anybody who was on the team?
Yeah.
Ruzioni.
That's don't ask me for a second, though.
Mike Ruzioni.
I had Rob McClanahan on Zaslow Show 2.0 a couple weeks
Jack.
ago. I know the players.
Jack O'Callahan. Jack.
Okay, except I had Rob McClanahan.
There you go.
Whoa.
No,
I'm fascinated by whether or not the 1980 hockey team is now so far in the rearview mirror, and apparently Mike just answered that question because he's pretty steeped in sports history. If he doesn't know much about that 1980 team, I assume nobody else does either, right?
It was 15 years before I was born.
Yeah, 5 years before I was born.
Oh, well,
before me.
I mean, Dave.
7 years for me.
I'll add. I'm very well versed in that team. I'm way into it. I love every documentary of that team. It's the greatest story in American sports history, and nothing will ever top it, Dave.
Do you agree with that? Well, by the way, philosophically, Zaz, do you watch the movie starring Kurt Russell? I am opposed to it because we have video of the actual people who were a part of the actual event. Why would we watch some fictional or some recreation of it when we have the evidence available to watch ourselves?
Well, I would tell you from my perspective, I would watch it because I want to watch everything about the 1980 men's U.S. Olympic hockey team. And not only do I love the movie Miracle, it's my all-time favorite sports movie.
Wow. Okay. I haven't. I'm cynical enough that I haven't even tried to watch it, but I did just watch that Netflix documentary, and man,
it's great.
Watch that thing. There's just nothing.
It's a little
there
long.
Has been nothing. Well, I will not argue that the first 45 minutes there's nothing new revealed there, but after that, it's very emotional. All the players' individual stories, Jim Craig's in particular, is great stuff about his mother passing away and what that gold medal run meant to the old man and all the rest of it. But the other thing is Al Michaels on the microphone is as masterful as anybody you've ever heard in your life covering any sporting event. Over a fortnight, what he does, and he understands the moment, what it means for the United States against the Soviet Union, not just in sports, but he gets the sports element of it as well. Nobody has ever dominated the microphone like Al Michaels did, and I'm not just talking about do you believe in miracles, but boy, oh boy, that's the greatest call of all time, too.
What is the GOAT international moment for U.S. sports? I know that we've submitted
GOAT
what is
international moment.
Well, yeah, U.S. sports moment, not professional ranks. We're talking about representing your country, because Miracle on Ice, even though it wasn't the gold medal game, because I understand that that's probably going to pop up here, because one of my favorite U.S. sports moments is Landon Donovan, and that merely got them to the knockout rounds.
Oh,
the game-winning goal.
what a moment!
Yeah, I actually had Lebo make a painting of that moment for me. It was that moment meant so much.
And didn't it result in that game just being a draw? It wasn't even a win.
It was just to get the U.S. to the knockout stages, and it was at the death. It was improbable. Like the U.S. men's national team was really struggling against a tough Algeria team, and it got them in there into the knockout rounds.
I get goosebumps just thinking about it.
Which was a big
amazing moment.
When you consider the expectations. I also think like Rapinoe's run in the 2019, when you consider all the political ramifications, how she became this lightning rod, and for her to step up and meet the moment is really one of the underrated ones.
Wasn't in the World Cup before that where Abby Wambach had the header really late in the game to win it for USA, right?
Yeah, the ladies have provided, especially in soccer, way more moments, I think. But, Chris, here's a sneaky one. And we ended up losing in the Four Nations.
The fight.
But the fight to start USA-Canada.
I'm in on this. That's
terms
my
of a
GOAT
moment. I'm not talking about achievement, Dave. I'm just talking about
Vibes.
U.S. sports moment when you're repping the nation. The way that USA-Canada game started in Montreal with 3 consecutive fights in the first 9 seconds is up there.
That's my GOAT moment.
It was marvelous, but I'll tell you that I think that the dream team is, if you consider what led to the dream team, which is in 1988, they go to Korea and John Thompson's collegians lose. And so now everybody's mad. But I always thought that was great because the U.S. almost always won with our third level players. We weren't sending our best. We were sending our JV basically, and that was good enough to still win the gold medal most of the time. But okay, we lost, and now we have to tell the world, this is what could happen to you all the time if we wanted it to. We're going to send our actual best, Magic and Bird and Jordan and everybody else, and they beat everybody by 298 points all through that. That's where it should have stopped. That should have been the lesson. Like, we'll do this to you every time. Well, the problem for the U.S. was going back, because eventually you were going to lose that way. But in 92, that ass whipping that they put, the message delivered to the rest of the world, I thought was remarkable. I think that's the greatest moment since 1980 on the international stage.
This GOAT conversation is presented by Frank's Red Hot. Make every dish the greatest. Eat the GOAT. Folks, listen up. You know how some dogs have full government names? That's my dog, Samantha Bennett. 2 names. Sounds like she should be hosting a daytime talk show. But at home, she's just Benny, and she runs the place. If you're a pet parent like me, you already know about Chewy. And when they say they've got everything you need to help your pet stay happy and healthy, they are not messing around. Chewy has over 100,000 products from all the brands Benny loves. Food, treats, toys, beds, you name it, I order it, and it shows up 1 or 2 days later. And it's not just for dogs and cats, birds, fish, reptiles. If it has a heartbeat, Chewy's got something for it. To keep them healthy, Chewy offers prescriptions, pet insurance, telehealth visits, and they're even rolling out vet clinics across the country. Honestly, I use Chewy, and you should too. Chewy has everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy, and right now, you can save $20 on your first order and get free shipping by going to chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard Show. That's chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard Show to save $20 off your first order with free shipping. chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard Show. Minimum purchase required. New customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See site for complete details.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Ryan. Now, if you've been following the show, you know I've been traveling, been super busy, been supporting my favorite football team with mixed results, right? Not the greatest hang so far in 2026. I try to find every excuse in the book. I had one buddy that was trying to invite me out. I wanted to stay in. He's like, come on, let's watch this NBA game. So I go over to his house. I watched this NBA game, and guess what? Something amazing happened. He pulled out the Miller Lights, and I knew right away I made the right call. Next thing you know, we're toasting, we're celebrating, we're having a great time. We're talking about nostalgia. We're talking about old friends that we had, and it was all thanks to Miller Lite, that icebreaker. Because when you actually say yes, and you actually show up, you want a beer that fits the moment. For me, that's Miller Lite. Legendary moments start with Miller Lite. Great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
DraftKings Sportsbook puts you right in the middle of basketball's biggest star-driven moments. Bet player props, bet live, and when a game turns fast, DraftKings has your back with early exit. If your player gets injured anytime in the first half, your bet stays alive. And once it settles, you'll still get paid in cash. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code DAN. New customers bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's code DAN. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over in most states. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Don Le Batard.
I've never stepped foot on that campus. If you told me right now your life depends on it, go to Santa Fe University and just take a picture.
Stugotz.
I would die. I don't know where it is.
This is the Don Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
What about 1996? What about Kerry Strug? Because that vault, that was for gold, and she did it on a bum leg.
You're an ally. That's a great one.
You.
Inspirational. That's certainly, that might make the medal stand right there.
Chastain?
Chastain, yeah. I don't...
Man, but when Kachuk punched Hagel in the face.
Right in the face.
It's the Kachuk brothers for me.
Oh, man.
The
moment when they get to the box together and they're like, I got him. Did you get him? I mean, that brotherly moment.
Carly Lloyd's incredible performance in the Cup final. Like, Chastain was the gold standard for women's American sports, I think, until like the turn of the century where the U.S. just ended up having like 4 more that topped it, I think.
Guys, can I submit Michael Phelps dominating swimming for basically 25 years, what it felt like?
It's hard for me to just get up for like one individual. The team sports are really like what kind of like charges.
But you're talking about the relay where all the boys are there and
that
they're
is
swimming,
my bet. The best Michael Phelps memory is the relay where he's just like,
yes, exactly.
Vascular.
Remember when Adam Jones robbed that home run in the 2017 World Baseball Classic?
No. I will tell you, there was a moment.
You might have made that up for all I know.
There was a window. There was a window for baseball to get in the conversation, but Ohtani handled his business, and Trout couldn't handle his.
No, that absolutely was it. If Trout would have had a walk-off against Ohtani in 23, that would have been the moment. But maybe, hey, might be coming up in a couple weeks.
I just got another text from Wendy.
So did I.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't trust you. You got that? All right. Ooh, let's see what he says. Ooh. Between you and Zaslow, there's indeed a very long history of people talking shit about me. Okay. Yeah.
What'd you say?
I thought we were past that.
Well, what didn't I say?
I'm saying he's sorry. I'll send a selfie.
Yeah, I'll do a little pose here. I'll wave. There you go. Send that to him. I feel like we've made up, though. Okay. I mean, he was the inaugural.
Do you feel like that? But does he feel like that?
Well, I've had him on shows with me on ESPN Radio several times. I always feel a little bit awkward, but it's always gone fine. I think we're good.
It's gone fine because he's a consummate professional.
Yeah.
Right.
I just hope Wendy has the good sense to take a shot at Zaz for wearing a runner-up T-shirt.
He should. But no, it's not a runner-up shirt. It's a Miami Heat 2020 NBA Finals shirt. It doesn't say any outcome or nothing. For all you know, I bought it before the series started.
We're number 2 in the bubble.
Yeah, but we all know if Bam and Dragic didn't get hurt, they would have won it.
So we have the men's semifinals today at 12:40. You have Canada and Finland. At 3:10, it's USA and Slovakia. And okay, so I'm gonna be honest here with you guys. And obviously, I want USA. I want them to win very much. Okay, but I don't know if anyone feels this way too. And this goes with, we're talking hockey here, but certainly when the men's team is playing the basketball, whatever. I have a very hard time rooting for some of the individual players, even though they are wearing my country's letters across their chest. Because some of these guys, for U.S., especially the battles that the Panthers have had these last couple years,
Austin Matthews,
are real pieces of shit. And so I have a very hard time. Like, all of a sudden, I like Austin Matthews. No, I don't like Austin Matthews at all.
I mean, think about this. Brendan Hagel, Sam Bennett, and Brad Marchand, they're on the same line together.
Right.
They're on the fourth line.
Right.
Think about that.
Right. Like, if I now granted, I have dual citizenship to Canada. Okay. But
Since when?
Wow.
That's a revelation.
I lived there when I was a
Montreal.
baby. My family's Canadian. And, yeah. And
Whose side are you on, buddy?
U.S. I'm an American.
Whose side are you on?
I'm an
is
American.
rocked right now.
How
Not
dare
for
you.
long.
How dare you? But like, if I was rooting for Canada, Brendan Hagel is still a huge piece of shit. So I have to, like, am I the only one who has a hard time putting aside my personal feelings? Because the reality of it is, I care more about my club team, that being the Panthers, than I do my international team, which of course is my country.
Dog.
And I know how that sounds,
that
but
Zaz
it's what
is
it
the only one not wearing red, white, and blue today, huh?
Wow, the plot does
Convenient.
thicken.
No, listen, I'm with Zaz. I catch a lot of crap. I don't root for Canada over the U.S. should they play each other for the gold medal, but I am rooting for Sidney Crosby over everybody else.
Who's not playing, by the way?
I know he's not playing against Finland. We'll see if he plays in the final. And, the come to Jesus for anybody who roots for the Penguins, obviously, was when you see him go down with the knee injury. Who gives a crap about the Olympics all of a sudden?
Right.
If he's out for the Stanley Cup run, then it ain't worth it.
Okay, so hold on a second. So if you're rooting for U.S., but if you were Canadian and you're obviously a Pittsburgh Penguins fan, Dave, do you even want Crosby to return in this tournament?
No, I'm fine if he does not show up there. I know it's deeply important to him, and it's sort of one of those things where what your head tells you is different than what your heart does. Intellectually, I appreciate that Sidney Crosby would like to be participating in that. My heart, as a Penguins fan, says, I don't give a crap what you want. Focus in on what matters, and that's the Stanley Cup, not a gold medal.
Right, like that's why when Matthew Tkachuk got hurt last year in the Four Nations and then wound up missing the rest of the regular season for us, in theory, you would say, hey, you must hate that he played in the Four Nations. But I was not mad at him because, like Dave said, I know how important that was to Matthew Tkachuk. So if it's that important to him and he's playing as hard as he is there, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we had that conversation before you were messing around with us in the studio a year ago, which is, maybe it's because I was a diehard soccer guy, but I'm always country over club. That is what is baked into world soccer. If someone gets injured in a World Cup qualifier, them's the breaks, because everybody understands country over club. In hockey, I understand how people are feeling conflicted, because that was literally the first time in 15 years that these professional NHL players had the opportunity to represent their country. It's in part why there was so much juice to that event. So it's hard to wrap your head around, like, why is my key guy getting hurt in what is tantamount to an exhibition? We just invented this thing. But if it meant that much to that guy,
right, that's why I was okay with it.
You have to respect it.
Right.
Mike, though, it makes it feel like you're the second call for the second Paramour for the Cocksman. You find out, like, all of a sudden, like, wait a minute, you have somebody else you call before you call me, that it's more important to win for the nation than it is for our team that pays you. I feel betrayed on some level.
I don't, because I wanted the U.S. to win that competition. I was willing to sacrifice my team's important players. And look, it ended up working out. Matty got hurt, but Matty won a Stanley Cup, so it was all fine in retrospect, and he had an offseason surgery. Yeah, probably put this year's Florida Panther team behind the 8 ball because he had to have a residual surgery from that very injury. But I get it, dude. I understand. For me, I'm not budging on this. Country over club, always.
Davey, buddy, what did you just say about the Paramour and the Cocksman?
That if Sidney Crosby, if you asked him, is it more important to you to have a gold medal than the Stanley Cup? And he said gold medal for the nation of Canada, I would be very sad about that. Yeah. And I made a powerful analogy that I appreciate you picking up on there.
Cocksman spelled...
I'll let you work.
Okay. All right. No, just wanted to make sure it was that. Okay. Cool.
Now, Dave is a huge Pittsburgh Penguins fan, so he's also a huge Sidney Crosby fan. So if we get to the gold medal game and, it's an overtime, which they do 3-on-3. Skip Bayless doesn't know that the NHL also does 3-on-3. He thought that the NHL... You saw that, right?
Yeah, I did. All right, so I want to break this down because the way that I understood it wasn't like, hey, this is the way that overtime should be. The way that I understood it was like Skip was thinking that this should be the sport all the time from here on out.
Oh, really?
I actually thought it was dumber.
I didn't see what Skip said. Tell me what Skip said. I didn't see.
So he's like, I hope the NHL's paying attention. 3-on-3, more chances, more exciting brand of hockey. Something along those lines.
Except the NHL is the one who invented it, and the Olympics took it from the NHL.
Which I'm not crazy about 3-on-3 to settle games, especially at the Olympic level.
I didn't know that they do that at the Olympic level until I saw it today.
I'm not crazy about it, but the way that I understood it is like maybe you guys are giving Skip Bayless way too much credit. I thought Skip Bayless wanted.
You thought the whole game should be 3-on-3.
I thought Skip Bayless meant like, hey, let's do away with 5 players. Let's let 5 skaters out there. Let's have just 3.
So, Dave, if it's USA versus Canada, it's overtime, gold medal game, and Sidney Crosby has a breakaway. You want him to score?
Well, we've already had that moment, Zaz. 2010, the U.S. and Canada were playing for the gold medal, and it went to overtime. And I said in advance of that, I hope the U.S. wins unless Sidney Crosby can be the reason Canada wins with the golden goal. And that's exactly the way it went. And I cheered. And then... several months later, I had the opportunity to visit with one Sidney Crosby, and I asked him, where did he come down on me cheering for him scoring even though I'm an American? And he said it was okay with him. So I feel in the clear. You can attack me all you want. 87 says it's okay for me to cheer for Canada so long as it's him doing the good deeds for his nation.
Mike Ryan, Sam Reinhart, he scores the game-winning goal, Canada over U.S. in the gold medal. Like, is there a residual effect? You angry at Reinhart?
I'm pissed that we lose. I'm happy for Sam. It does, like, I like last year when Austin Matthews, who I still very much hate,
piece of shit,
and I don't think should be captain, when he fails to close out,
loser captain energy, right?
Yeah, when he fails to close out in the zone and pinch that play, I'm more upset at him. But like, if Reinhart ends up scoring a game-winning goal, I'll be upset and dejected that my team lost. But
I'd rather have that than Hagel.
Yeah, there's a silver lining in there. I mean, it's all kind of weird because Cooper's a head coach there, and that just makes me hate them more. The rivalries, and there's a really cool stat, Dave. I don't know if you saw it. Like, all 32 NHL teams are represented in these semifinals. Cool. There are just 4 teams left, and yet every single NHL market has a player that is represented in these semis. It's really cool. I like that those rivalries make it for strange bedfellows, like how Roy highlighted on that line. With the Lightning and Panthers rivalry, but it does give me a little extra added juice for these things. I hate players' stupid faces sometimes.
America leads the world in medicine development. It matters. We get new medicines first, nearly 3 years faster. 5 million Americans go to work because we make medicines here at home. And not relying on other countries keeps us safe. But China is racing to overtake us. Will we let them, or will we choose to stay ahead? When America leads, America cures. Let's tell Washington to keep us in the lead.
Learn how at americacures.com. Paid for by pharma.
Don Le Batard.
John, can you rate my Al Pacino from that billiard scene in Carlito's Way if I do it for you? I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stugotz.
You think you're Big Tom? Or you're gonna die! Big Tom!
That is on my infamous scale of 1 to 10. That's a 7.6.
Solid.
Good job.
Dad.
Good job, Dad. Good job. That's a Suey nominee right there.
Good.
This is the Don Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
I'll also say that there's a distinction. I'm front running a little bit, but Reinhardt doing it versus Crosby, it's a different level. If 87 does it, it burnishes his argument as being the greatest player in the history of the sport, or in the top 3, or in the top 5. That's not going to do the same thing for Reinhardt, obviously. And so I root for it on that level too, as you know what it means for Crosby in his place in history. It elevates him even more that he already has one golden goal to his name. If he got a second one, obviously that would elevate him even higher up. The other thing is, Mike just mentioned, though, that with the Final Four and everything, I'm curious, since we do drip drill, what about the sweaters in these Olympics? Some beautiful hockey get-ups, right? So, Finland looks dynamite.
So the one issue that I had with the 4 nations was that every team just had one uni set. And it was color against color. But here in the Olympics, you get the wide array. I mean, the U.S. has like 3 different looks that they've had in this tournament. I like the away. You probably have some conflicted feelings about the nameplate and how it goes over the shoulder. You probably don't like that Buffalo Bills early 2000s look. But I think the U.S. has an incredible uni set. And I hate to admit it, but Canada's looking pretty good.
Canada looks great. I just don't understand why the U.S. wouldn't standardly wear what they wore in 1980 forever. Like I say, obviously that's the greatest event in American sports in the last 50 years at least. Why would you not honor that every chance you get?
Dave, did you see a couple of days ago that Chris Cote and we became professional wrestlers?
I did see it. I was vaguely jealous, but more impressed than anything else. Great job by both of you fellas.
I have been unbelievable, ridiculously sore.
It's gotten worse as the days have gone.
Oh, I'm starting to get better. You're getting worse?
I'm this morning was the hardest. It was harder for me to get out of bed this morning than yesterday.
I was in a wheelchair yesterday.
Your bruises cleared up too.
So
Epsom salts.
So Chris, we have a for people who missed it, all right, especially for the video team, for the folks watching, on video. If you missed it a couple of days ago, we have a whole package that our video team put together, right, Chris?
Let's do it. Let's watch it.
I'm hungry for lunch. Domino's about to catch that beat down. That's right, baby! Zaslow 316 about to whoop your ass. He's gonna feel that sting, that kind of thing. Wrestling's my life. I'm gonna order some Domino.
Guys, I appreciate the effort,
brother,
the commitment, but why are we dressed like this?
We're here to wrestle. I'm thinking 360 moonsault into a stunner off the top. Yo, that's my gimmick.
Afloja. We're not here to, we're here to learn the basics. Lo básico, all right? So the first basic we're gonna learn is how to lock up, just a strong lockup, all right?
And then I give you a stunner.
Zaz.
Oh, me now. And then I... Sorry. Good one. That was a good one.
Guys, are we here to work? Once you establish strong lockup, you can get into some punches, right?
And then I give you a stunner.
¡Toma! ¡Me baja la con toda! ¡Toma! ¡Oh! ¡Oh! ¡Ay! ¡Afloja!
Uno más?
Do you have an issue with me, or is there something going on here? Are you just jealous because I'm macho man and you're macho man?
I just love the sport.
One of the most crucial and important things in a wrestling match is being able to use the momentum of running into these ropes like a slingshot.
And then I give you a stunner.
Get into that stunner, of course. I knew it.
Ow! Oh, me.
Give some proper corner kicks, una patada por el culo ahí en la esquina.
My favorite. And then I give you a stunner.
That is mijo, por favor. Ready?
You're gonna take it easy?
Take it easy. Yo! Ready now to give me those kicks?
Yeah.
No! Oh, no! Hijo!
Above the waist.
No! Oh. That's not a part! Oh, yeah! So now we're gonna learn how to show dominance and how to kick them while they're flat on the ground.
And then I'm gonna give him a stunner.
Yeah, tola! Yeah, tola!
Oh,
Oh, yeah! So we want to make sure we chop our opponents down. And you're gonna. Ow! Ah! Toma!
That's good.
Poda!
No ma.
Ponte cuatro, que te doy partido.
Let's go, Zaz!
Esta vaya, esta vaya, esta. Ow! Ow! Ah! Ah!
I got him.
You think you got this? Yes. Get a hold Come on. Cheaters. Come on. Make sure that you both don't go a la pincha. Yes. Yeah. Toma. Welcome to wrestling. Se acabó. And that concludes today's paliza. Porque aquí siempre con las pilas bien puestas. Dale.
Domino. Oh, yeah!
That video's awesome.
What a surprise with the glass bottle over Domino's head.
That video's awesome.
Man, that was tiring but fun.
You never gave the stunner.
I know. Well, he didn't want to teach me. You know, I was trying. I wanted to.
You would have broken your hip if you tried to stunner.
That's that too. That's part of the reason.
Zaz,
you know?
I loved your effort, but man, Chris, that was actually legitimately impressive.
Chris was. I mean, you could see it. Chris, by the time Chris was thrown into the turnbuckle, you were like exhausted, gassed.
Yeah, Chris was the worker.
Yeah.
I listen, Zaz, a capable job by you and congratulations. But Cody, do you know like how Lawrence Taylor would be like, that wasn't Lawrence Taylor out on the field. That was LT. Or how JJ McCarthy is like, that's 9 out on the gridiron. You summoned something from somewhere I don't even know that you knew you had. That was a different person out there. I think a year of work and you could absolutely be a professional wrestler if that was your ambition.
I'm interested because, listen, I love pro wrestling. It's a major part of my life. SmackDown tonight is at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. You're going, right, Chris?
I'll be there.
You've never been before.
Never been to WWE before.
Oh, you're going to love it.
Third row.
You're going to love it.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm going tonight. I'm taking my son. It's going to be a really great show. But I wonder how you felt, Chris, as someone who, doesn't know much about wrestling. I love wrestling, so going through that whole match and doing everything there, like I could understand how guys like Domino who want to become a pro wrestler and you get a little bit of a taste of it and you're like, this shit is awesome. Like I felt that in the ring there, that this is definitely so much fun.
It was fun, but also like how the wind you need, dude. It's different.
Well, you and I are not in shape.
It's a different cardio though. Like that's the part that it was fun. Like I loved in theory all of it, but I got so tired.
Yeah.
It was just like we tried, like not that we're playing, like we're walking through these stuff and it just exhausting every single time.
Yeah, these stuff. So
I don't know. I can't say too much. There's there's an
Oh
underworld.
wow, you're protecting
I mean,
the business.
Cody, this is your thing. I didn't know you didn't know much about wrestling. You are a natural.
I grew up watching it. I grew up watching it, so it's not like I didn't know anything about it. I don't follow it current day, but I grew up loving wrestling. So I kind of, look at me. I know how to do the thing.
Getting hit with the chair was great.
Do. And Zaz can be your hype man / manager. This is solid gold.
I wanted the noise. I told him
pros.
no. I'm getting the chair. I want the slap. I was like, give it to me.
Chris was great at the stomps and the kicks. I couldn't believe how good he was. He was at that. I was really good at running the ropes, and I was surprised at how good. Domino told me right away. He said, "That's amazing. You're really good at that." So we each had our niche. We each had our thing, but it was so much fun. So the listening audience, if you go to the video, you can check that out. It's really good stuff.
And how do we support our friend Domino?
Yeah, CCW, Coastal Championship Wrestling. They have shows once a month. They're at a brewery in
Tank
Doral.
Brewery, Bash at the Brew, I believe March 6th.
I was at the last one. I go every now and then. It's obviously super affordable. You bring your kids, it's very affordable. It's really fun. Every seat is right up close. I mean, they're in a brewery, So coastalchampionshipwrestling.com, you go check it out. Those guys are great. It's really fun. So, anyway, I know you mentioned there, Dave, about I want to explore something that you brought up to me earlier about the Olympics and something that you saw in the biathlon.
I know what you're getting at. Okay. Oh, I was going to say that my compliment to Cody was merely a setup to say that while he could go be a professional wrestler, I think if you and I teamed up for 6 months, we could absolutely make the U.S. luge team. We could be the two-man lugers for, let's just do it for 2030. We have the luxury of 4 years to prepare for it, and we don't need 4 years. I don't think we need 4 weeks or probably even 4 days. I suspect that if you showed up around Milan and had a U.S. flag attached to your person anywhere and said, I'll do the luge, they'd be like, okay, we don't have anybody else to do it. Go ahead. I think that's the standard to be a luger for these United States.
Just being available.
But anyway, I'm sorry.
Just being available.
Yeah,
well,
have you ever met a luger?
No, I haven't, but I live in Miami. I feel like if I'm in Minnesota, I might run into somebody that has that as a hobby.
I've met people from Minnesota, and none of them ever said, hey, you want to luge this weekend? It never happens. I don't think that any American has ever luged recreationally. I think you just
You'd be wrong, Dave Dameshek. You'd be absolutely wrong. Mike and I and Juju and others, I think Chris Cote was there too, we all went to the Olympic Village up in Salt Lake City, and we did the bobsled, and boy, did we dominate.
Luge adjacent. We were actually pretty well, and as I may not be
luge
remembering...
is essentially just like two-man bobsled,
yeah,
right?
Well, you lay on one another, but the way that I remember this...
Kid Rock and RFK Jr.'s next video demonstration. Two-man luge.
Look at how good we look on this.
This is not as fast as it really was, by the way. I don't know. They're slowing this video down.
I don't think they're slowing
it. Look at that.
That was you guys?
That was us.
We're in there.
That was us.
There is somebody steering it, I believe.
I don't really remember it that way. I'm pretty sure I was pulling all the strings. And look, I
you
gotta
weren't
say,
scared?
No, it was pretty easy.
Of course not.
It was scary.
What, are you scared?
It was scary.
Cat?
I was scared.
Because we have all seen that scene in Cool Runnings where their helmets are scraping
hey,
against the
Sanka,
ice.
you dead?
Where you have to walk the rest of the track carrying our thing. Look at me.
Which was something that I was eager to do as well. I asked if we could actually do that, even though we crossed the finish line in one piece. But it was actually pretty thrilling and not at all hard to sit in a bobsled in which two other people are doing all the work.
Yeah. But do we agree that the second and third guys in the four-man bobsled are sports grifters? We understand, everybody, right, that there's a two-man bobsled and that it's an event and they give a medal for it and everything. And the one guy sits up front and he steers it. But then the guy in the back, his job is he pushes it so it gets moving really fast at the start. Then he jumps in. It works. The thing goes through the ice tube. Somebody wins the medal, and that's that. Why then do we need a four-man bobsled? What do the second and third guys do except just hang out and get a medal for the deeds of their pals who steer and push from behind? It's a ruse, and I'm not here. I'm not going to sign off on it. On the other hand, though, if somebody does want me to ride in the third spot in their four-man bobsled in exchange for a medal, I will accept.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Ryan. Now, if you've been following the show, you know I've been traveling, been super busy, been supporting my favorite football team with mixed results, right? Not the greatest hang so far in 2026. I try to find every excuse in the book. I had one buddy that was trying to invite me out. I wanted to stay in. He's like, come on, let's watch this NBA game. So I go over to his house. I watched this NBA game, and guess what? Something amazing happened. He pulled out the Miller Lights, and I knew right away I made the right call. Next thing you know, we're toasting, we're celebrating, we're having a great time. We're talking about nostalgia. We're talking about old friends that we had, and it was all thanks to Miller Lite, that icebreaker. Because when you actually say yes, and you actually show up, you want a beer that fits the moment. For me, that's Miller Lite. Legendary moments start with Miller Lite. Great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.